Hey YouTube, Shazzy here. Today's gonna be a big day. Lots of things going on. I get into my hives for my very first time. I start pulling some lids off, pulling those queen excluders off, getting inside the frames, checking out, looking for queens, doing some splits. We got lots of stuff going on. This is an action-packed video. You're also gonna see audio quality, not great again. This should be the last week of this bad audio quality. The newest recordings all have the upgraded equipment. Without further ado, let's get into this episode. There's gonna be some crazy stuff going on. I'm really excited. Stay tuned. Today is the crappiest day to be filming. This wind is just not fun. Look at our bee situation here. They're queued up. I gotta get that board out of there as quickly as I can. Over here, I blew a little smoke into it. I tried to make the smoker work. I'm too noob. I don't know. I gotta practice a little bit. I got it smoking a little bit, blew a little smoke in there, but it went out before I could get it going again. So I'm just gonna do this without smoke because I'm pretty confident these bees are pretty chill. I've been working around them all day without this headpiece on. So my concern level is about 2 out of 10. I will give you an update on that after I pull the excluder off and I start pulling frames, and I'll tell you how my fear level is. But as of right now, fear level 2 out of 10. So we got some bees on the lid here, as you can see. I was reading, oh my God, is that the, why is that bee so big? Okay. Under further investigation, there's multiple bees this size. It's not the queen. So I got a couple drones I see already, so I don't know if that's good or bad. I've got this nifty little tool here. You'll see what it's for. So this thing's glued right down. I guess I'm just gonna work on getting that off. Oh my God, look at this. I'm gonna have to remove this honey, all this honeycomb. I don't know how I'm gonna remove it, but I feel like I need to because I wanna get more frames in here. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with these frames. I think, like, this isn't even in a frame. So, like, I don't know how I get that out. But I think it needs to come out. Like, the bees aren't even working these things. They're just up into this zone here, which I don't really know why. So this frame was coming apart. I just pushed it back together here, but it is clean as a whistle. Not good. I don't think these bees have really been touched this year. I think the last time they were really managed was last year, so that's also not a good sign. That looks like there's a mouse nest in there. So that's very unfortunate. That's exactly what that is. So I'm gonna have to clean that out right now. That's so sad. I don't know, this is unfortunate. I'm just gonna start throwing these up there, I guess. I don't know, I gotta work on this. Freaking mouse nest. So there's so many bees in there, so that's good. They're all on the one side, but because of how they had this hive set up, they're building comb everywhere. They got comb on comb on comb. It's like a rap song. What the heck? With all my beekeeping expertise, the only real solution is, I don't really know. I don't know what to do. I feel like I gotta get that comb out because I need to get the frame situation right. Like, I don't know if I cut it off or what I should do. Well, that's unfortunate. Is today gonna be my first mistake? I feel like I wanna cut it off. What we're looking at, lots of honey stores up here. There was a lot of brood. It's really, really sad. I think I just made the worst mistake ever. Oh, here's even more. Look, it fell off. Like, that's all cap brood. That's so sad. That's my populations to my beehive. But I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. Like, I got to get these frames in and out of here. Like, this isn't... I'm so disappointed. But we do have a big nasty mouse nest in here. This is what we're dealing with. I was wondering why they never use the bottom of their hive very much, and that'd be why. But I'm just transferring them into two different brood boxes. I'm gonna split this colony. The hive's too complex to really find her, so I've come up with I've come up with another plan. I'm just gonna transfer them all into two new brood boxes, do a split. Hope that the queen's in there. I'm gonna have to check up on them here in a bit. Just so much going on. There's just things everywhere. So I apologize about that. I don't have my GoPro chest mount either. That's in the mail. It arrived actually today, but I've been out here with the bees all day. I know that the footage isn't the best, but I'm doing the best that I can. So what I ended up doing is I ended up cutting out the piece of comb that was just filling voids where they had no frames. And then I just did little by little to make sure that I wasn't hurting the queen. I did definitely kill a few bees. Like I said, I'm still not 100% certain where the queen is. It's too bad. But I'm just gonna close these two hives up. I'll give you a quick little view of them, but I'm gonna close them up, and I'm just gonna hope for the best. It's not perfect, I know. It's actually really depressing. This hive is very weak now, as you can tell. But there is a lot of bees coming in from the outside here. This hive is quite a bit more strong. I put all the brood to the outside, as I have the brood there too. I know that that is not a great idea, but it's really warm weather, so I'm really hoping that they'll hatch out those brood and then start spreading over to the middle frames. This is just going to be a big learning experience. If this hive starts to die out, I really hope it doesn't. If I see the hive starting to lose numbers, I might add some fresh eggs into there from one of these colonies tomorrow. Both of these other hives are very strong populations. As I knew that this one wasn't as strong from the get-go. So I'm gonna donate some bees, I think, from there tomorrow, shake them into these hives just to give a little bit of a population boost. But I'm also scared to do that too, because I don't want to shake the queen into the hive. That's all I got for today, and I'll see you tomorrow. This is day 2 of being out at the hives. It's Sunday, June 1st, I believe. I did that split yesterday that I was totally against. After doing some research last night, I feel like I made the wrong choice. There was many other ways that I could have dealt with that, including just putting a queen excluder in between the boxes and then just separating her, and then that way I could find her that way and also still do a split. Really hope that my ramminess inside of the hive didn't kill her, and if she did, then I guess we'll just have to deal with that as we go. I might pull some frames on that hive again today now that they're split into two, and that I've got the actual frames in there. Might be easier to find her today. I might try and look for her just to ease my mind a little bit. I'm gonna get into our other two hives. I'm also gonna do a split on those. If I can find the queen, that would be ideal. I did also a little bit more research on how to run a smoker, so I'm gonna try and make that work here today. It is windy, like I had mentioned in the previous day, that today is going to be even windier than yesterday. The wind has changed directions though, completely opposite of what it was yesterday, so we're getting all our wind back. So welcome to the land of Saskatchewan, where there is no calm days. It's kind of like a desert almost, especially this year. We're lacking moisture. Farmers are begging for it right now, so I don't blame them. It is pretty dry out here. Everything around me is dry. There is some green, but the one saving grace is we had a good winter. We had lots of snow on the ground. Lot of really fast melt though, so the fields didn't get to absorb as much, but there should be some good sub moisture. But enough of the farming stuff. I'm gonna stand up. Hopefully it's not too windy. It is. But yeah, so I'm gonna go walk over to these hives. I'll bring you guys with me. And under first glance, I don't see a single thing moving. I see ants going in and out. I don't think that's good. And this one, I see one bee flying around, but nothing much. But there's lots of bees inside, so that's really good. They're just hanging out for the day. I've got a pile of grass that I whipper snipped yesterday. I've got a piece of paper, and I've got a lighter. So I'm gonna try and light this thing up. Well, nothing wants to light on fire. Huh. Okay, well that's working. All right, well, we're winning. I've got it loaded. I don't know how much of that you could see, but I just kept stuffing in the grass into there. I don't like how this thing leaks everywhere, but oh well. Seems to be working. So I'm going to go ahead and get into this hive. I'm very careful to make sure that this is a cold smoke, as I don't want any ambers or ashes going anywhere here. It's very dry. I don't want to be responsible for things going up in flames, so I'm going to take extra caution amongst doing that. I also kept having the issue yesterday where my hat kept falling out of my net. I ended up doing the rest of the beekeeping for about the last hour of my day just with nothing on, and they didn't seem to bug me. I didn't get stung once in that time, so that was good. I did pull the reducers out of this one and that one. I'm also going to put those reducers into those two hives over there because they're pretty weak. I just want to control the numbers going in and out, as I think I probably should. I feel like that's a good thing to do, so I will do that. I'm also going to fix this. As you noticed, it kept falling off. I have a stapler. Let's get this set up properly. I think this is the back. Just like that. Just like that. Yeah, I think this is gonna work awesome. it's not working at all. Okay, well, come up with a new plan. Well, that didn't work at all. Damn. So if this annoys me too much, it might just be a day of really being one with the bees and have no protection at all. I did mention my fear level yesterday being 2 out of 10. I would say it's about the same, if not like a 1.7 now. Like, I would say I'm less scared of them. I would say my fear level on the very first day of picking them up was about an 8. And then when I was working, loading the trailer and stuff like that, the bees were on the back of the truck. Not all of them were in the hive, unfortunately, as they didn't plug the hive the night before. We just plugged it that day, so I had lost quite a bit of bees during that situation. So there was thousands and thousands of bees flying around me, pissed off too about their hive being taken away, but they never stung me that time. They only stung me here when I was dropping them off at about midnight. But since then, like, they've chilled out. Like, I'm right next to my hive. My hive entrance is right here. My other hive entrance is right there, and I've got bees flying all around me. So yeah, I don't know, maybe because I have the smoke and stuff, they might be super chill. So I'll try this on for a bit. If I start getting annoyed with it, I think I'm just gonna take it off and try. My goal from the start was to always be able to take care of the bees without any bee equipment. That would be really nice, as you're just kind of getting in there nice, close and personal with the bees. I believe that there's a little bit of trust that has to be gone on between me and the bees, and I think once we build that trust, I'll probably be able to get to that point. So we'll just see how this all works out. I see that my smoker is still smoking, so I'm glad that I did a little bit of research. Yesterday I tried to do it and I had no idea what I was doing. It was a disaster, to say the least. I got like 3 plumes of smoke, and that was then it went out. Right now it's still smoking. I bet you it'll smoke for quite a while, so that's good. It's not very hot, I don't think. Ow! Ow! Fuck! Just kidding, it's super hot. Okay, well, that's a bit of an issue. Burnt my fingies. Yeah, I definitely burnt my fingers. Man, I never claimed to be the smartest guy. And as you guys continue watching and this story develops, you'll see that. But that's okay. I don't claim to be, don't need to be, don't want to be. I enjoy who I am. So I'm gonna work the rest of the day with my burnt fingers because I thought it might be a great idea to just touch it. Give myself a 1 out of 10 on that decision right there. Let me get lower so we can kind of use our windbreak that we built. I built a little windbreak here in the corner. We're probably gonna lose some video quality because of how I have to set it up, but that's okay. My fingers really sting right now. It was a terrible idea. Oh well. Well, I found some gloves, but they don't fit. I wish I didn't do that. That sucks. Sorry about this camera angle. Maybe I can bring you up a bit. That should really help. Maybe no wind noise today. I don't know. I built a little fort, so we're gonna get into this. They're building in the lid, and from my understanding, that means they need more room. This one looks, from the first box, looks a lot easier to manage. Lots of drones. Many, 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 many drones, which isn't a great sign. I see so many drones. This hive should be 95% females. I'm just gonna go without the veil for now until I feel uncomfortable. Wow, this hive tool got dirty yesterday. So yeah, I've got lots of drones in here. It's interesting. I should maybe stand on this side. Okay. Okay, I shouldn't be scared because there is drones flying around, but I am. So I'm putting the veil on. Scared me a little bit. So that's a heavy frame right there. It's quite heavy. It's all nectar and pollen stores. So we have a lot of nectar and pollen here with a lot of working bees. Another big bee, I don't know. So I have a hard time telling what's a queen bee and what's a drone because those two are both giant. I know I don't have two queens in here, so. I think it'll make it a lot easier to find my queen as well once I put a queen excluder on them and divide these hives up, because I'll cut the bee population in half essentially, which this is a very healthy bee population. So I've just got a bunch of honeycomb in here and nectar, which I'm just going to transfer out anything that's overflowing. I just want to clean things up to make it easy for when I put the queen excluder on. I'm going to take it out. I've been setting them out on that tray. I'm just letting it to be in that neutral zone for all the bees to come and get some nectar. I know it's kind of, I don't know if that's a bad idea, but that's what I'm doing. So all these frames have propolis gluing them together. I'll give you a little bit of an update. You're going to be in the wind, but still solid frames of bees. Well, that really worked. They've left that frame. That's a frame of brood right there. I'm gonna look for some swarm cells because this thing is big. Might be ready for swarm. So this is a nice frame of a bunch of brood and some good pollen stores. I was gonna donate this one, but I don't think I'm going to. This hive here is much more manageable than yesterday's. Wow, I got it going again. So I'm not gonna pull that one. There's a bunch of brood in between. Just gonna jam them up together. And I'm gonna put a honey super on here. Ideally, they're gonna bring all that honey and put it up in the super. I just don't want to kill any more brood than I need to. I'm gonna add a fresh frame or two here. It's gonna clean this up. Just looking for eggs, making sure that I'm not throwing away good eggs. Here's a solid frame of nectar and then pollen spores on the back. So I've got a couple new frames here that I made yesterday. Wow, the inserts, the frames aren't new, but I cleaned them up really nice. I'm gonna stick one in the middle, right next to the brood. Hopefully that they'll draw that out. Put this one next to the honey stores. And then I'll put this one on the outside here. And I'm hoping I can get one more frame in here. I just want to juice them up with 10 frames right off the hop. It's probably a bad idea. I'm sure there's a reason why you don't do it, but I'm doing it. My reason for doing it is that I want to make sure that I keep them making this hive uniform. Just gonna clean out the bottoms one by one. Wow, I just got stung on the finger because I was pushing on a bee. Poor guy, I'm sorry. One more fresh inserted frame. Clean up the top here. So in that top box, I didn't find the queen, but I'm just gonna queen exclude up top, and I'm gonna queen exclude on this one too. But I'm gonna move this one right over to a base, I believe, and then walk the base over there. So I'm gonna have to get that ready, but first of all, I'm just gonna clean the top off, get this all nice and clean. Then I'm gonna have to clean a couple queen excluders up because everything has not been cleaned. Then I'll get a clean base that I did yesterday, and we'll get that ready to go. All right, now we're into the second box of the second hive. This is what we're looking at. That's from when I pulled it apart up top. It's unfortunate. I don't really know if there's a way to avoid that or not. Probably not, but it kind of sucks to see, but it's not too bad. It's not nearly like yesterday. Yesterday was horrible. Today's gone relatively smooth. I feel a lot better than I did yesterday. So So far so good. I've got that box on its location. I'm actually gonna go walk it over there, I think right now, just to get it out of the way. I feel like I made a mistake. I probably should have left that box over here and shaken some of the bees out into it. There's a lot of friggin' bees in here, so that's what I'm gonna do, because I'm not too worried about the queen. I'm gonna queen exclude both of them. I'm not 100% certain if I'm going to put supers on today or not. I'm gonna do some research at lunchtime and figure out if this is a bad idea or a good idea, or maybe just the mediocre one. I don't know. I'm gonna grab that box again though, bring it back over here, because I want to shake some of these bees into it. I don't know if you guys will be able to see this, but I don't know what the white stuff is. Now that's a frame of bees. Good pollen stores, nectar stores, and good brood. It's an okay pattern. Oh, that's heavy. Lots of nectar stores in here. So all I'm doing is I'm just trying to clean these up so I can get 10 frames in. Not sure if that's a swarm one, but everything's sticky as heck. Lots of eggs in this one. I'm going to switch the bottom box that these are in. We've got a lot of bees around. I've emptied this box out because it's disgusting in the bottom. A lot of bee poop and dead bees and stuff. And I've moved them into that box. I'm gonna move this box down there and hopefully all the bees go. So we will see how that goes. This is a special shout out to everybody who's made it to this point in the video. It's been a long journey. This has been the longest episode that I've ever made. Obviously, it's only episode number 2, but I found at 20 minutes I just didn't have enough oomph to get in there. We went over a lot of things here today. It's hard to pack into a 20-minute video, so I just tried bumping it up a little bit. You guys will have to let me know if this is something that I can continue doing in the future here. Without further ado, I want to just say thank you guys so much for watching my videos. If you've made it to this point, I hope you've liked and subscribed to my channel. Don't forget to tune in next week. Bye.